So hi everyone, my name is Andy, and today I want to give you a peek into my life and how it brought me here, standing in front of all of you. So I vividly recall the first TED Talk I ever watched. It was delivered by Simon Sinek, titled How Great Leaders Inspire Action. As I immersed myself in his words, something unexpected happened. I sat through an 18-minute talk without fidgeting, and that is very unlike me. Simon's talk left me feeling truly inspired. I then delved into two of his best-selling books, Start With Why and Leaders Eat Last. And it was at a point that I realized the power of great TED Talks, how it could inspire and ignite positive changes in other people's lives. And from that moment, my goal became clear: to one day inspire others through my own TED Talks. My journey through life has been far from smooth. At the age of 4, my parents divorced, and my mum brought my sister and I to Singapore, where she single-handedly raised us. In my childhood, she had to work overseas most of the times to ensure that my sister and I could go to school. As a result, her absence left a void, a lack of affection and emotional support in my life. I remember there were times where I was home alone. I would sit by the window and stare at the elevator, hoping that the next person that walks out will be my mom. While my grandmother tried her best to be the motherly figure for me, the generation gap often made it hard for me to understand her good intentions. Things took a turn for the worse when I entered puberty, as rebellion set in. I started hanging out with friends who had negative influence on me. At the age of 14, I had my first cigarette. At the age of 16, I had my first tattoo. And I spent most of my time hanging out and drinking with friends in Singapore's red light district, Geylang. So what are your impressions of Singapore? Beautiful? Safe? Clean? Busy? There's no wrong in that, but let me give you a peek into the other side of Singapore that you don't usually see. So as you walk down the secluded alleys of Geylang, you can hear middle-aged men slurring their words while clutching half-empty bottles of cough syrup mixture. You can see youngsters smoking, drinking, and buying contraband cigarettes in their school uniform. And occasionally, you may even stumble upon confrontations triggered just by a glance. And despite the environment, despite the complicated environment, I continue to hang out with these friends in Geylang because I found something that I couldn't find at home: a sense of belonging. And slowly, I lost my way in life and I went down a very dark path. Fortunately for me, my mom, my family, they never gave up on me. My mom re-entered my life before I reached the point of no return. She didn't give up on me, she didn't judge me, but instead, she promised to be there for me, unwaveringly. So some of you may wonder why I'm sharing such a deeply personal story as my icebreaker speech. And that's because my experience, my story, is actually more common than you might think. If you reflect on the people whom you've once crossed paths with, whether it's your high school classmates, your colleagues from your first job, or even friends you've known for a long time, you may discover that one or two of them may not have the privilege of growing up in a stable family. Some, like me, may lose their way in life. Some may struggle and grapple with lifelong self-esteem issues. And others, they may turn to a life of crime. And the way they think and act today is because of the challenges they face in their upbringing and the environment they grew up in. Even now, there are still people in my life whom I care deeply about, but who remain ensnared in this vicious cycle. As someone who has navigated these challenges, I aspire to use my own experiences to deliver a TED Talk, to reach out and extend a helping hand to those who are struggling with the hardships that I once faced. You see, like on stage, people only see the polished side of things, but what they often overlook is what lies beyond the stage. Singapore, much like its pristine image, is a country that has its fair share of issues like dysfunctional family and addiction among youths. Through my own TED Talk, I aim to create a platform to share my story. And my goal is to be vulnerable, to share my past experiences, and to shed light on the often unspoken realities that people face. And by doing so, I hope to connect with those who are struggling and inspire them to make changes, positive changes in their lives, just like how Simon's TED Talk inspired mine. Thank you.